Happy quarter century. I am finishing setting up everything. Um, but we'll hop right into it in a few minutes. I think I'll leave the mic on while I set up the screens and all that. So I'm here. I'm here. Ivan, thanks for dropping by. So today, okay, like I said, we're gonna get started in a few minutes, but today we're only gonna be streaming on well, basically we're not gonna have an Instagram stream. This will just be uh YouTube and Twitch. I was like, what's the other one called? Twitch. All right, we're almost set up. Hold on, give me a minute. Welcome, everyone. We are almost ready. Just have to get a couple of things set up. Hope everyone has a safe New Year plan. Oh, jeez. This is really. I'm trying to scan a QR code over here, and it's really not playing ball. Remember how I said we're not going to be streaming on TikTok today? I changed my mind. I mean, we're already streaming. I'm just going to turn it on. All right. About 30 seconds. We'll get started. All right. Hope everyone is having a solid New Year's Eve. Hope everyone had a good year. We will usher in the new year by doing all the megas today. I am way behind schedule on this thing because I got sick. And instead of pushing myself, which would kept me sicker longer, I decided to just kind of do like maybe 3 hours a day on this for the past couple days. And then honestly, I've just kind of just been resting. Yeah, I wanted to have the whole thing done by the new year, but you know how that goes. So again, I appreciate everyone who has picked up a pre-order of this. It's gonna get done. The good thing is I didn't make a promise for the schedule, which is the saving grace. So let's hit this live on the TikTok, and then everyone will be good to go. Outlaw, how's it going in the YouTube chat? Okay, so right now we are in the middle of coloring all the megas. So we're in Gen 6 still. I know, right? Well, that's 7. We're way past 7. Okay. Yeah, the shiny version is a limited print. I'm only going to make these available, well, basically during the duration of the live streams. Once we're done with the streams, I'll have them up in the shop for like a day-ish, just so I can get more people to kind of look at it. Um, unless like, unless one of my buddies, like, unless it gets shared on like some big social media site or something. If obviously if something happens, it goes viral, I'm gonna put it back up because I mean the cheddar. But I'm not gonna. It's basically I'm not gonna leave it up in the shop for very long. Yeah. So we're in the section of the drawing that I did in 2018. So you could really see. It's not that it's bad, but you could really see the quality of the line art is different on the older Pokemon than like in the Gen 8 stuff. Whole family is feeling better. Friends bailed. Hey, that's all you need. Yeah, I'm spending New Year's with my little family. My puppy and my wife who's passed out right now. Where did all these mega Pokemon go? What the hell? Oh, okay. I was like, where did I sort all these pictures? Yeah, so my wife is passed out right now. She'll probably be passed out for the rest of the day. Welcome everyone. If you're new and you don't know what we're doing, I'm uh currently taking my drawing of every Pokemon and recoloring it shiny. The first version of this drawing that I did, and I'm sorry if you guys have heard this a million times, but I mean, not everyone has heard the story. So, uh, yeah, the first version of this I did was back in 2015 is when I started it, and that was for Gen 1 through 6. And then in 2018, I redrew the entire thing for Ultra Sun and Moon. I didn't just add to it; I redrew the whole thing. Um, and then uh, I like cleaned it up and then added Sword and Shield to it. So there's like three levels of like there's like three levels of drawing on here. So like right now we're in my 2018 drawing section. and I could already see how much better my line art has gotten since then. But you know, you have to appreciate the artwork for what it is. You can't just be like, I'm gonna George Lucas everything and just keep redrawing, you know, because you're never gonna keep up with it. I have a buddy who did she had her own webcomic, and before she published, she redrew her first chapter like 4 times because she her artwork just kept getting better. So she was just, well, I can go back and kind of remaster it. And then after a while, she was just like, all right, look, like, look, it's just gonna be what it is. Happy New Year, everybody. Wait, that's Tyranitar's little hand. So I have my little reference picture on here on the right side. You see it? That's the non-shiny version that I drew. So I'm using that as kind of reference to kind of remind myself where to color, where everything is. Hello, everyone in the TikTok chat. I hope you all have a uh, safe New Year. So hanging out with the family over there in the YouTube chat. What about in our Twitch and our TikTok chat? How's everyone? What's everyone up to for the new year? I'm actually gonna pop out all the chats that we have right now, so I can kind of consolidate everyone. Uh, so we're just hitting everything with the paint bucket right now, and then like at the very end, after we finish everything, I'll have to go in from top to bottom and manually clean everything up with a brush. I don't want to admit this, but I for some reason I can't find Mega Gallade. I don't know. Did after all these years did I did I miss it? We'll have to see when I get there. I have found quite a few errors in the drawing. As I have gone down and recolored all the shinies, I have 1,000,000% found some issues. Uh, oh, Mega Garchomp. So a lot of the errors that I've come across, the issues, all probably come from me just being exhausted the first round of me doing this. How's it going, TikTok? Wait. Outlaw, what are you at? What are you saying? Saying I'm missing something? Please, if I'm missing something, let me know. Hold on, Mega Sableye. Wait, what am I missing on Mega Sableye? Well, actually, yeah, no. What am I missing with Mega Sableye? Yeah, if you see anything, you please call it out. Got no issues with that. Oh, Gardevoir. Oh, I'm talking about Gallade though. We'll have to see because I have I have the list here with me for reference. We'll get to it eventually, and if we finish the whole Mega section and I don't find them, that's on me. I'll just have to. Yeah, but you know what? It's because everything right now is like there's no, I don't have color on it. I'm sure when I'm not gonna bother like looking for it right now as we go through the Mega list. Eventually, we'll get through it. Once we finish the Mega list, if I haven't found them yet, that means I'm missing them, which is ridiculous. It's like how did I? There's no way, right? I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I keep saying there's no way, even though I found so many issues going down. Like, it's okay though. It's okay. If the colors look a little dark or even washed out, that's because I have it up against a white background while I'm coloring. It's not going to be white. It's going to be a shade of gray. I'm not quite sure. It's probably going to be darker than this, but when these colors are up against gray, it actually is going to look really good. When you have it up against white, they look pretty washed out and little little dull, right? But I promise, once we drop the background in there, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Like I could eyeball it already. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining. Happy New Year. If you're just joining, I am taking my drawing of every Pokemon and just recoloring it shiny. Thank you for all the likes in the TikTok, by the way. I see y'all there. I could see y'all there. I appreciate it. That's cool. Hey Alex in the TikTok, I appreciate that. Yeah, ideally I wanted to have the shiny recoloring done on New Year's, but I got like sick fever wise. I'm only kind of feeling better now. So it really slowed me down. This stream, we're going to do all the megas. So we're going to clear out Gen 6. So this is what it looks like. The non-shiny version is what it looks like right here. I finished that a while ago. So I'm going back in. Shiny recolor. Everything shiny. I do have a question though. I am unfamiliar with Silvally shiny. So is there only one? Because you know, like Alcremie, right? Um, there's 63, but there's only what 7 shinies, right? I think it's 7. Yeah. But with Silvally, it's similar to Arceus, has the different colors. But when it goes shiny, I can only find one sprite for that. Is there only one sprite for all like for all the Silvallies? Does it not matter what kind they are? Do all the Silvally shinies just look like that one sprite? If anyone knows the answer to that, I'll really appreciate it. I tried looking it up, and I could only find the one Silvally sprite, the shiny sprite, which tells me that there's only one, uh, like one color for all of them. Outlaw in the YouTube chat. You know anything about that? Because I'm not familiar with shiny Silvally. I've never caught one. What? I feel like I'm just like missing a lot of Pokemon. No way. Oh, it's up here. by the Sharpedos. Oh, there's Gal. Oh my god. I found him. I found him. Well, we were looking for shiny Mega Galley earlier. All right. I almost freaked out for a second. I was like, have I been missing it this whole time? I'm so careful when I do these projects. Like there's no way. I'm so careful. Oh, and I could breathe again. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's go ahead and drop all these layers together. Some more layers than I like to work with already, but thank you for all the likes on the TikTok. I appreciate it. I have to save the file and then make a backup of it because I don't think I made a backup copy of this file since like the last time we streamed, which is bad news. So it takes about 3 minutes to just save the file and then I have to go make backup copies of it. So let's go ahead and hit save. Welcome everyone. We are currently just saving the file right now. It's a big file. It takes a little bit. It takes a little bit to save. File's done saving. Let's just continue. Okay. Mm. Welcome, TikTok. I want to say hi to everyone. I am tempted when we go back in at the very end to clean up all the like the dead pixels for the coloring. I'm so tempted to clean up the line art. Not like redo all the line art because it's like 4 or 5 years old at this point, so I don't want to redo all of it. But there is some stuff I want to clean up. We'll see how I feel when we get to that point. We already have. I think we did Latios Latios last night, and this is where I fell asleep last night. I was falling asleep while I was drawing. I was messing stuff up. That's why I had to stop. Yeah, I was falling asleep like as I was coloring, and I was messing stuff up. So that's where we stopped. I remember now. What's this over here? See, weird stuff like that. Just stray brush marks. Probably happened from the initial time drawing this when I was starting to get really tired. Okay, what we're doing. Let's do Salamence. One of the best shiny family lines from top to bottom. Salamence or Bagon. Things eyes are yellowish. Metagross is next. Pretty sure it's that. That's it. What does everyone have planned for their New Year's? Other than hanging out with the family, which that's a pretty sweet way to hang out or spend your New Year. Yeah, I'm 1,000,000% at the age where I just don't really have it in me to go out anymore. For like anything. Not so smart. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate it. Right, next is Glalie. Mega Glalie has a super sick shiny as well. The Absol. Where's Mega Absol? Right hand side, I believe. Yep. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for hanging out with me while we work on this project. Lots of cleanup work. Lots of cleanup work waiting for us at the end. Bayonet. So I do have a reference picture up so I can get all the colors correct. I'm always worried about messing up the colors. So, hey King, what's going on? Of course, can't find the one I'm looking for. Come on. Right there. Right in my face, right there. Not that much, just trying to think of a cool Pokemon design. So I think it would make more sense to. Are you talking about so you can draw the multiple Pokemon, or are you talking about like you're gonna. Are you doing something different? Trying to make your own little Pokedex. But with your own Pokemon. That's what I was. That I think that's what I was wondering because you were talking about design, and I was like, I wasn't sure if you meant like page composition or like design. This is nice. Altaria is just two colors. Oh, camera. Oh man, the I forgot how good these shiny megas are. Dude, I forgot how good these shiny mega designs are, or these colors for the shiny megas are. God damn, we better get some heat in the next Legends game. Like I'm just happy megas are coming back. So I mean, even if they look a little wonky, I don't care which Pokemon get the mega treatment. I don't care. I'm just happy that we're getting them back. Yeah, I don't care if they give Charizard another one. I don't care who gets it. Dash, how's it going in the Twitch? What's up? Yeah, I don't care who gets the mega evolutions. I'm just hyped that we're gonna have that back. Um, I like I like I like the functionality of the terrestrializing. I just think the design is stupid. um, I I can't wait until we get a game where you can use I don't want to call them gimmicks, but I mean it's what they are, right? Like the Mega Evolution, the Gigantamax, the Terrestrializing, the Z moves. I want I can't wait till we get a game where you can use or you have access to all of it. I know that like in universe it doesn't make sense because most of them are kind of region locked, especially Gigantamaxing, but who cares? You make up something. Not to spoil anything, but like remember in the anime when Ash was allowed to use like all of his gimmicks, which is fair because he earned all of them, right? He traveled to all those regions and he got the Z move. The Z move, the Mega Stone. He got all of that. That's all his own stuff. He's allowed to use it. Uh, I know that in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. No wait. It was not Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. In Sun and Moon, um, that's where you get the Z move, but you do run into some characters that have Mega Pokemon, and that's pretty cool. Mm, So funny thing with Sharpedo here. See, I have two Mega Sharpedo. This comes from like there's a promotional artwork for X and Y where Sharpedo actually has the it has like I think it doesn't have the three spikes in the front, and then later when it was released they added the spikes in the front. So that's just like a little Easter egg thing that I did. It's nothing serious. It's just kind of like if you know where it comes from, it's fun. If you don't, it's not a big deal. Go ahead and merge down all these layers again. Don't want to let it get out of hand. Then we'll hit the save. It takes about 2 minutes to save. All right. Welcome, everyone. If you're just hopping in, we are coloring all the Mega Pokemon shiny right now. And I think it's Panda over in the TikTok. I appreciate the view. Thank you. Oh, long file save times. We'll get these file save times down some point in the next 10 years. There we go. All right. Let us continue. Next is Manectric. I believe is on the right hand side. We can't do it this way. Like trying to find them as we go. I need to just we have the Pokemon here, then I'll find their picture. Going the other way is like too slow. Meridian, how's it going? Thank you. Yeah, so the task for today's stream is just to color all the mega Pokemon. I've already completed this non-shiny. So the goal is to recolor the entire thing shiny. So I appreciate y'all keeping me company while we do this. How long have I been working on this piece? The first it's been like a really long project. So Gen 1 through 6 I did like 10 years ago, and then I redrew it and then added Sun and Moon, which is the area we're in now. So what you're seeing right now is stuff I did in 2018, and then near the top with all the Sword and Shield stuff, I added that in 2022. So the total work time is before the shiny recoloring is 890 work hours. Um, yeah, and this is what this whole recoloring is just kind of a 10-year celebration of when I first started the original part of the project. Well, Pokemon's like, it's Pokemon, right? So, and you know what? To be fair, all the hard work is already done, right? So, thank you. I appreciate that. But now, it's cool. Like, the hard work is already done. So, um, now I'm at a place where I can kind of have fun with the drawing now. Because the initial task of drawing everybody in the first place was difficult. Um, but now it's just goofing off. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hope everyone is having a good new year. I hope everyone's being safe out there. People are crazy right now. I went to the grocery store this morning. Shit was wild. I was like, how did any of you people have money? Did you just do Christmas? I went over there to go get some meat. People over there still spending crazy money. All right, where's Mega Shiny Mega Gengar? Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, all right. So Shiny Mega Gengar, the best, right? And I love that they kept that same color for Gigantamax Shiny Gengar. Oh my god, so good. Or excuse me, Gigantamax Shiny Gengar. It's Gigantamax Mega Gengar. Gigantamax something back here behind. Hey everyone, welcome. Just recoloring all of these Pokemon shiny. It's a little too desaturated. Let's go ahead and bring that up just a little bit. Alakazam, Slowbro. All right, let's hit save. And then for reals is I got to make a backup copy of the file. Oh. Tweakin, thank you for the follow. So give us a second. We're just waiting for the file to save itself. Takes about 2 or 3 minutes from this point where it's at, and then we'll continue. I'm gonna go grab my water. Be right back. 1 second. I'll be right back. Hello, bro. I'm not saying that the old line art that I like the line art that I'm coloring right now comes from 2018, right? I'm not saying it's bad, but man, my sense of volume is like really really not there during that time. I believe at the time I was also limited by it's, it's not really an excuse, but it's more of just like a why. I think I was limited on hardware power in regards to like the computer I was using at the time. I could only move it up to a certain resolution, even during the redraw period, which is why I think the line art looks a little, I don't want to say fuzzy, it's a little softer um, than the line art up top when I added the Sword and Shield Pokemon, because that's like crisp, right? Damn, Mega Pidgeot. All right, so is anybody here? All right, let's go ahead and merge these layers together. Is anybody here playing the Pokemon, the mobile TCG? Yeah, I played that game for like an hour, and then I was like, I can't keep this on my phone. It's like it's too good, addictive. Welcome everybody in the TikTok chat. I appreciate you guys keeping me company during this New Year's Eve stream. We're just gonna work on coloring the shiny Pokemon. That's it. That's the only goal for today. I'm waiting for my wife to kind of wake up. She's well, you know how I was sick. Yeah, I got my wife sick. She's not too thrilled with me, but yeah. So she's knocked out right now. Hopefully we can get all the shiny Pokemon done. Shiny Mega Pokemon done by the time she wakes up, and then I can spend the New Year's with her. Kangaskhan. Welcome everybody. We're waiting for the file to save. I think once we get out of Gen 6, I think that's going to be it in regards to like repeat Pokemon or weird Pokemon. So what I mean by that is like Gen 6 had all the Vivleons and then had the Megas. Gen 7 had all the Alolan forms and then all the Silvallys, right? Um, and then Gen 8 had the Hisui Pokemon, Gigantamax, 63 Alcremie, right? Um, and I think once we get detective inactivity, no TikTok, I'm right here. Nobody inactive around these parts. So once we get past Gen 6, I think that's it for all the weird stuff. You know what I mean by weird stuff? It'll just be Pokedex straight down the line. Okay, so I have to make some backup copies of the file right now. If I have any artists in the chat, you can never invest too much money into storage. Okay, cool. And then I have a bunch of Pikachu and Eevee scattered around the drawing. We're probably going to get them all at one time. Because at first I was coloring all the Pikachu like individually as we were going down the list or as we were going down the drawing. Damn, that was slowing us down a lot. That was slowing me down a lot. Having to pick the Pikachu color over and over. So I think it will be much more efficient to just we'll leave all those Pikachu that I have scattered around the drawing. There's over 150 of them. Leave them scattered around. Kumo, how's it going? The YouTube chat. Anyway, so like I was saying, we will leave all those Pikachu and Eevee as they are, and then we'll go back, and then we'll just do like a big Pikachu sweep. That way I don't have to keep changing my colors. Wait, you have a headache right now? Or are you saying this drawing is a big headache? Both are acceptable answers. Vince, what's going on, man? Hope the new year's treating you well. Chilling at home? Good. Just just hang out at home. Whoa. Kumo, you love this drawing? Thank you. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun doing this recolor. I have had a fever the past like 3 days. I'm getting better now, but that's why we're not done yet because I've had to really slow down. Um, kind of force myself to take it easy and actually sleep the last couple of days. So if that didn't happen, I don't think we could have got it done by New Year's, but we would have been definitely really close. You got COVID the last 2 days? You too? Dude, everybody I know got sick. Everybody I know is sick. I have multiple chats open by the way. So if you don't know who I'm talking to, they're in a different chat. I got Brenda sick. I got my wife sick. She's not happy with me. She's not like mad, but she's just like, come on, man. You know what it is? Every time I go hang out with my family for the holidays or anything really, anytime I go see them, I come back sick. Vince, are you guys going to that? There's a Magic the Gathering event in Vegas next year. Oh yeah, that's what I that's what I do when I'm doing digital art. This is how I have my office set up. I'll usually just straight up turn this light up here off, but when I'm streaming, I have to have a little bit on, so this top light, and then I I just crank up the RGB to match the music. If I do agree, Vince, that we do need to all need to get together, and if you all are already going there, I'll tag along. I think that's the perfect time. That's an old school. That's an old school trip. Just us going to play cards. Oh, I mean, like that's for it's for Magic, right? But I mean, I'll bring DC. I got a bunch. I got the ones that I have, and then I'll let you actually set it up so that it's a playable game and it's not just moving. We're not doing like 700 damage per turn, you know. But yeah, if I don't have a show that weekend, if I don't already have a show confirmed that weekend, I'll go. Like, even if there's a show that weekend, if I don't have it confirmed yet, then I'll just leave it open. But Vince, we'll talk about that. Like, actually, we can talk about it right now. I got nothing going on. Yeah, he had hit me up too, asking about like we all need to chill, and I was like, yeah, but I didn't want to shoot him a schedule because my schedule next year is hella wonky. Oh, for Anime Expo, they're changing the yeah, for Anime Expo they changed how the sign up works. So now like there's no veteran status or anything. So I have to apply with all the same like with all the regular people, and it's gonna be like a lottery system. And these days these days there's so many people that apply. I genuinely think it's finally gonna be the year I don't get in, just solely because it's like how the fuck are you supposed to get into that show in a lottery system? That's basically it's like that's got to be like 100,000. No hyperbole. That's got to be like 100,000 applications, right? Um, so you're talking about one out of 100,000. That's like nah, man. I don't know. So anyway, I'm planning my 4th of July around not having an anime expo table. There are other shows going on that weekend that I could do, but if I don't get into any of them, I'm gonna find some friends, some artist friends, who I know will have a spare badge, and I'm gonna just go to AX, just get fucked up and just go hang out. I'm just like, so- yeah. But Evo's still on the list. I still have. They haven't opened applications for Evo yet, so I don't know. Yeah, if I get into Evo, of course, yes. But I kind of butt heads with some people last Evo, so I don't know if I'm gonna get into that. And then I chose not to do Level Up Expo next year. I just they raised the price too high, and I don't know. They keep moving the venue for Level Up Expo, so I was just like, look, until they're at a solid venue for like 2, 3 straight consecutive years, I'm not gonna do it. Universe telling me to take a break again. Um, maybe. My bank account ain't telling me to take a break though. Dude, I got plenty of stuff to keep me busy this year if I don't get into the shows. The shows, to me, the shows are just a paycheck. Like I got no emotional like ups or downs when it comes to conventions. If I get in, I'm happy because I know it's a paycheck. But if I don't, I got plenty of shit to do at home. So I'm in a different mindset now. So it's all good. But yeah, so that do you know the dates to the magic thing? I could look up my schedule right now. Ooh, all the way in June. Okay. I thought it was in like March. Oh, and it's a birthday trip, dude. Don't play. All right, hold on. Let me get those dates into the calendar right now. I have nothing on that weekend. Not even a potential show. Nothing confirmed and no potentials on the menu that weekend. So I'm just gonna pencil it in right now. Is it so? It's 2 day 21, 22. Yeah, I'm just marking it down right now because at this point, if nothing is popped up even as potential, I have a show the week before that, and then Anime Expo is like right after that. But that particular weekend is looking empty. Yeah, you just let me know. So I have that whole block open right there. So you guys just let me know what you plan to do. Yeah. All right. So in the YouTube chat, Kumo says, "Really need to practice your anime style. You suck at anime." I find drawing anime characters actually really hard. So I started off doing like full anime fan art, and then I started doing like hardcore, like fundamental real studies, hyper realistic studies and stuff. Because you guys know I'm primarily a traditional artist. So now I actually find it hard to get like I can make my character. You know how Art Germ's characters, they're like realistic but realistic anime. I can do that, but like to push it even further to where it's like all anime, I actually find it really hard. Beedrill or Charizard. There's also the release of the Final Fantasy Magic set that weekend. So I'm unaware of that show. How big is it? I can imagine it's probably pretty freaking big. It's crazy for you to know this piece is 10 years old. Well, yeah, I know it's 10 years old. It's just this was the first like major project I ever did as an artist, because you know that's around the time, close to the time I started drawing, right? And plus I live streamed the whole thing, so, and I have the time-lapse video of it and everything, and I just like know when the 10-year mark is. Probably the most important drawing that I've ever done was this. Like the whole, like my entire career was built on the what this drawing provided me. Has been doing Magic the Gathering has been doing celebration with other big brands, so it's one of the most anticipated ones. Following it is SpongeBob and Spider-Man. Oh my god. That's cool. I mean, SpongeBob's an institution right at this point. So, dude, that's hella fun. Yeah, I'm hella down. By the time June comes around, I will definitely be ready to take a little work break. Because I promise you, up until that point, I probably won't be taking any time off to that point. I didn't see any Doctor Who stuff for Magic. I saw the Lord of the Rings stuff. So I assume there's going to be tournaments going on. Are you guys going to be playing? I'll download Arena and then spend a little bit of time on there to refresh myself on Magic. Honestly, I think I'd be happy just kind of hanging out around the vibe, just being around cards again. Being around cards and not being around Yu-Gi-Oh players. Oh my god, that would be the best. That's like all the good without the bad.
Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow. I miss your touch on nights when I'm hollow. I know you crossed a bridge that I can't follow. Since the love that you left is all that I get, I want you to know that I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna make a world like no one else, and it's gonna be yours. And nobody can take it, nobody can take it back from you.
Are you playing the Pokemon mobile TCG? Like I touched the game for a little bit and I was like, oh hell no, I cannot have this on my phone. Oh, you got them fancy PC sleeves. Dude, it's hella good. That game is so on top of the gameplay, because it's we don't we don't have any Pokemon TCG like full on simulators, right? We have like the old Game Boy Color games, but this nails it. So just from the simulate, it is like Dual Links, where it's like a mini watered down version of the game, but it's still good. Just to make it faster for like casual play, but it's solid. That alone makes it really addictive, right? But the whole pulling pack aspect to it, they did a good job with the game, is all I'm saying. The itch to crack packs? Nah. Well, I mean, like, I don't expose myself to the opportunity whole value of that card, value of this card kind of thing. It's like I'd really just be chasing cards that I think are cool and that I'd want to keep. I think I'm so far removed from trying to do the whole, well, it's value this flip, you know what I mean? Like we did that for so long, and at least for me anyway, and at least with Yu-Gi-Oh, maybe dealing with Yu-Gi-Oh players is just different, and it wore me out. I am just so like, I just want to get cards because they're cool.
These will be times that I will miss. Don't blame me if I don't come through. I spent a lifetime on this, but I would give
Yeah, like we don't have to measure everything in like its resale value and shit anymore.
but it only makes it harder for me. And I know that you're scared of emotion. We'll become who we meant to be. ガラスの谷あかねこの孤独を今音に変わる面影に刺したビブでつま先が雲が焼けるさよならが口を滑る
Go ahead and merge them together, and then we'll hit save so we don't lose in case something stupid happens. Can't wait till we're done with Gen 6. Miranda's asking, how many days have you been recoloring this piece for the shiny? I don't know. It's been 15 days now since I started it. But I wasn't working on it the whole time. I had some client work along the way. I got sick. I had a fever the past 3 days. So total started 15 days ago. Hours wise, honestly, not that much. Maybe 30 hours if I were to eyeball it. 20 to 30 hours. Just waiting for it to save. Thank you for all the likes on the TikTok, by the way. If you're just joining, we're just kind of waiting for the file to save. Hope everyone is gonna be safe. Take care of yourself during this New Year's Eve. Got some crazy people out there. Whoa, what happened here? What happened to the line art right here? Just like fell apart? All right. Yeah, it's those little touches, right? It's the little things like that that I'm glad that when I did the initial version of this drawing, took the time to include like the different sizes and forms and stuff. Because I think that's what really sets this drawing apart. Um, from just like going down the Pokedex and just kind of drawing who pops up, right? Um, it's the attention to detail that, yeah, that really makes a difference. It's that little stuff. Yeah, when I take this to, because I have the non-shiny version of this, obviously. That's the one I take with me to conventions. And I have this up on display, and often it'll keep people just standing at the table, just keeping them busy for like minutes. And that's a long time to keep somebody at your table for a convention because they got a lot going on. It's hard to keep people's attention, but this will hold people at the table for a long period of time. And it's the hardcore Pokemon fans that usually stay the longest because I always tell people the more you're into Pokemon, the more you'll get out of this drawing because there's all kinds of dumb little things like that in here. So merge the layers down together, hit save, and then so close. Once we're done with Gen 6, so okay, well let's hit save and then I'll talk about it real quick. So Gen 6 is like the start of when they're starting to do like a lot of repeat variations of Pokemon. So like Gen 6 introduced Megas and then the Vivillon butterfly patterns. Um and then Gen 7 is the introduced regional variations, um and then we have Gigantamax and Gen 8 and all that stuff. But once we get to Gen 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, there's nothing. It's just Pokemon from the Pokedex. It's just straight down the list. And like that's going to be the best because then it's just the paint bucket, just slinging around the paint bucket the entire time. So the further down we go, the faster we're going to get to finishing it. So like for however long it took to get to this point in the drawing, as we get closer to the bottom, it's just going to move faster and faster. I think the Arceus area is going to I think that will probably take like 2 hours just on its own, right? Okay, so while this is saving, I do have to go to the bathroom. BRB. All right, everyone. Give me like a minute. I have to go stretch. So, just really quick, if you're an artist, you're drawing a lot. Um, if you're sitting at your desk and you're shrimping up like this, and it's good to get up and stretch every now and then. Okay, I work at a standing desk, so for me, it's not so much that I need to be stretching like my back and stuff. It's more my stretch the forearms, the wrists, and especially me because I have the Cintiq is really tall, and then I have my little pad here where I have everything hotkeyed. I tend to tense up really tight like this, and so my traps tend to squeeze really hard, and they get really stiff. So I gotta go stretch real quick because they are starting to really ache, and then I'll be back in like a minute. Okay. Okay. Should be able to wrap up. Should be on the home stretch for the Mega Pokemon, and that's the only goal for this particular stream is to do all the megas, and then we'll have New Year's stuff to do with the family, and then after that we'll resume. Okay, so going into megas. Who's left? Mega Steelix. See, you see how there's some like white highlights in there? Apparently, I don't remember doing that, but apparently there's a whole layer with nothing but highlights. So that's cool. Exo, Happy New Year, dude. Good work this year, man. And that's when I added the Sword and Shield Pokemon. The file was getting to a point where we couldn't even save it anymore. And after a while, I couldn't even open it anymore. So what I had found out, because I was running 32 gigs of RAM at the time, what I found out was it was just zapping. It just zapped all the RAM. So I just maxed out the board to 128, and then we were using a different program at the time. It was using 90 gigs of RAM. That's why we couldn't even open it. And then this past summer, I upgraded my CPU and my graphics card, even though the graphics card doesn't have anything to do with what we're doing here. This is mainly for streaming. But yeah, since I've beefed it up, I finally I have finally found a sweet spot where I'm not like struggling, you know? That's dedication. The Carm Agent. I remember back when you streamed on YouTube, came a long way. I hope you have a pleasant new year too. Thank you for sticking around. If you were around during the original Pokemon project, I appreciate all of you who stuck with me. Those were some there were some nasty times going on in there. Lots of lows, you know. Um yeah. So even now that I've really reduced the amount of layers, just having this file open takes 40 gigs of RAM. Um but yeah, so what I'm saying is I've always kind of been on the back foot when it came to my hardware doing these big projects, right? But now we're at a point where the things that are available, the things that are powerful enough to deal with this are becoming more affordable. So and because I use like an old version of Photoshop, the system requirements aren't going up. So my point is I'm happy that like I'm finally at a point where even in the future if I build something new, I could probably go mid-range and it'll still like be able to manage everything. Like all my tasks. So it makes me really happy we're finally there. Yeah. But I mean I'm still gonna buy the hottest parts. I'm just saying I wouldn't have to if I don't need to. But you know me. How's the wife? She's doing well. She is asleep right now. She has a fever. Well, I had a fever the past couple days, which is why we're not done with this project. But now I'm feeling better. Actually, I'm gonna turn off the music for you guys because we're totally gonna get copyright hit. Um, yeah, so I haven't been able to work on this full time the past couple days because a little bit of client work, but also I've been a little sick. What the hell's going on here? But now I'm feeling better, and now she got sick. Yeah. So she's resting right now, but overall she's doing a lot better. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. So I'm actually gonna we'll merge these layers down together. Shit. Okay, so we're gonna turn on the non-shiny layer, right? So I'm going to just take, instead of having to redo those gradients myself, we're just gonna steal them. From the non-shiny version. Boom. Easy. Let's drop it underneath. There you go. People are letting off fireworks right now. Like a bunch of idiots. I hope that doesn't wake my wife up. She finally fell asleep. There's nothing worse than feeling sick and then not being able to sleep. Oh, that's the worst. To like lullaby her to sleep. Right, cool. So Steelix is done. Let's go ahead and merge these layers together. Who's next? Am I gonna fill in all the extra white spots between Pokemon? Yes. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just hitting everything with the paint bucket, so we know like just so I know where everything is. You can see how messy it is, and I actually have this layer underneath. It's a green, and then a pink, and what that will do is we'll kind of reveal all the empty dead spots, and then I will go back in. See, like right here, there's like, see that spot right there. Yeah. So once everything has been paint bucketed, I'll go back in from the very top, go back down and manually clean up all the spots. But right now, it's just paint bucket. But yes, that's a good question. We will have to go back in and clean it up. All right. So Sceptile. Mega Sceptile's ability is kind of whack, right? The was it lightning rod or something? Like nobody's using electric attacks on a Sceptile anyway, right? So it's like what wouldn't it be better if it had like a instead of like lightning rod if it was like chimney or something like that where it could absorb where Mega Sceptile could absorb fire attacks. Like, dude, can you imagine that? Kumo, you can't sleep, your headache is too bad? Oh man. Are you not a fan of taking like Tylenol? We have definitely gradually, oh, I mean, after the wife has taken so many meds over the past few years. I say few years. How long has she been sick? Like 2 years now? She's just chugged so much medication. We're at a point where we're just like, look, if we can handle shit without meds, we're at that point. So I think I understand now why there are some people who are just like not the what's the word? Not holistic. That's not the right word. But when people want to do things without medication, I understand that now. Because back in the, I always used to be the guy like, well, there's science. Just take a fucking Tylenol and, you know. Ready to Rumble is asking, did I include every Pokemon in this drawing? Gen 1 through 8? Yes. Including all their forms. I've already finished it. I've already finished the entire drawing. Like the non-shiny version, that's done. I'm actually just going back in and recoloring it shiny. But it's actually done. Let me find a reference picture for Mega Septile from the front, because all the pictures I have right now for his color scheme are from the back. Good enough. How many generations of Pokemon are there currently? 9. And I know people are going to ask this question, but no, I will not be adding Gen 9 to this drawing. The reason for that is so the drawing's pretty crazy at this point, right? Like there's so many characters. Zuxley says super dope, thank you. There's so many characters that even if I added Gen 9, you honestly wouldn't even be able to tell. So I am just gonna wait a few years. I'm gonna wait till like Gen 12 at the earliest, and then see what we get. There has to be a reason. This drawing has, I was gonna say evolved, pun intended. No, this drawing has grown so far past it's just grown so much that like single generation updates, it's not worth it. It's dumb. So, in case I know somebody's gonna ask it, because people always ask. That's the situation with it. Yeah. So, for anyone who's new, just give you a little background to this drawing. The first version of this drawing that I did was in 20. Started, I don't know, I finished it in like 2015, right? So to celebrate like the 10-year anniversary to it, I've decided to come back and recolor the entire thing. And that's what we're doing now. Just a little celebration. I paid off my student loans with this drawing, in case anyone's wondering. Yeah, very meaningful project to me. It was around the time I started drawing, so it was like the first big project I'd ever worked on. So like the first version of this, Gen 1 through 6, I think I spent 120 hours on it, something like that. And at the time, that was crazy work, right? That's really quaint these days, considering the other projects that you guys have seen me work on. Um, but at the time, that was a big deal to me. Um, yeah, so this piece carried me at conventions, still does work at conventions, online, like everything. So anyway, for anyone who's wondering why I'm so hella into this project, that's why. Yes, this isn't just like a product drawing where I'm just like, oh, that's sweet. I spent like 3 hours on it. I'm gonna make like a fucking keychain out of it. Nah. Yes, there's a non version of everything, non mega version of everything. So it's everyone Gen 1 through 8 plus all the forms. So total character count is over 1,500. I'm talking about all the megas. There's Gigantamax, all the Vivillon patterns, all the Alcremie are up here. This is what the non shiny one looks like right there. all the unknown. So yeah, everything. If you keep adding new generations, you probably hit Gen 10 by the time you finish Gen 9. That's what I'm saying. You know, like I I want it to look very very different for whatever upgrade comes next. So or whatever update comes next. So okay, Metacham is next. Okay, so that's why I'm just like Gen 12 has to be it. Gen 12 plus whatever like Legends game comes out in between. Then we can do like a real update, like a substantial update, and then spend like a month. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be a lot of fun, right? But if we keep sprinkling little Pokemon here and there, that's no fun. You know? If someone asked me where a Pokemon was, so the question is, if somebody asked me where a Pokemon was, would I be able to point it out? Probably, because I grouped them by generation. Oh, that's a good question. So in regards to Spinda, I intentionally put Spinda in a place where easily visible. So this is the non-shiny version of it that I pulled up right here. The colors. That's the non-shiny one. So I put Spinda here. And what I do, for those who don't know, is every so often when I go make new prints to sell, I go into the master file and I'll change Spinda's pattern. That way, so like if I send off for like 100 prints, I'll go and I'll change the pattern. And that 100 has that pattern. And then let's say like a couple weeks or whatever later, I have to go make new prints. Before I send it off to my printer person, I'll go in and I'll change the pattern. So that's how I handle the like, because every time I tell people that I've done all the forms, people are like, well, what about Spinda? That's my answer to that. So for the shiny one, I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do that. Depending on how many pre-orders I get, which by the way, if anyone's interested in pre-ordering this, I could drop the link to my online shop right now. Which by the way, the shiny version is a limited run. It's only available during the period that we're working on it here on stream. Afterwards, I'm actually going to hide it away. So really only people who are going to be able to get a hold of this shiny version are going to be people who are hanging out with me on stream. Um yeah, it's a poster. Depending on how many people pre-order will determine how I'm going to handle the Spindas. Um, Preferably, I'd like to make each of them different, but I don't think my printing people will appreciate that. I mean, it's their job, right? But at the same time, it leaves, I feel like that leaves a lot of space for error versus if I send one file and make like 10 of it and then another file and 10 of that one. So instead of having like each of them different, I might do like 5 of one pattern, 10 of one pattern. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be work on my end. It would be more like I'd be sending them like dozens of files and then one of each. You know, it's more practical. It's safer in regards to like um, errors if they just print multiples of one file. And then also, um, it's cheaper. Making one copy of a file is more expensive than if I make like 50 of it. You know what I mean? How about we have spin to non-shiny? Go ahead and merge all these layers together. So, and you know the colors are a little desaturated and they look a little washed out, right? Well, that's because I have it up against a white background right now, and the final version is not gonna be on a white background. It's gonna be on a gray. How dark of a gray? I'm not sure. But yeah, so it looks a little washed out, but I'll give you an example. Once you put that gray on it, see how everything looks like it makes more sense now? And the darker the background that gray is, the cleaner it's going to look. So right now it looks a little washed out because it's up against white. Um, but don't worry about it. I got to figure it out. Oh, the Berserk print. Oh yeah, I love how the Berserk came out. But I'm not gonna lie. I wish. Can I pull that up right now? Uh, I wish I didn't color the Berserk piece because I know it's grayscale, but even then, it I put so much work into the line art on that Berserk piece. Where is it? Do I have a work in progress shot? Not the final image. Okay, I have. I wish that I had just. Hey Tyson, thanks for the. Oh man. Also, thank you for the follows on Twitch. By the way, I appreciate that. 45 months. That's amazing, dude. You know I appreciate that. But yeah, look at the entire drawing is like this. See the line art? The whole drawing is like that, top to bottom. And when I put the grayscale on it, it kind of drowns it all out. And I really wish that I had just kept it completely black and white and sold it like that. Just like straight up black and white. So all that detail, so you see guts in that print. You see the whole fucking drawing is like that. Like this. Maybe one day I'll release a line art only version of all these drawings. Maybe on the 20-year anniversary. Oh, my dog's getting a little restless. Oh, it's past her dinner time. I'm such a fucking horrible dog parent. Oh, it's hella late. I do, yeah. Zuxley, I have everything. You can ask the question, the answer is yes. You know what really helped is so I'm a Pokemon fan, so I have all the research that and the mental knowledge that I've carried, like all the mental hard drive space I've used to keep all this Pokemon information, right? But because I live stream when I do these projects, um anytime I missed something, I messed up, the chat was always really good about catching it. So back when I was doing this project or all the updates to it, if I messed something up, the chat would just catch it, which was awesome. So yeah, I don't think you'll find anything that we really missed. Um, Unless it's like nitpicky stuff or like what about Crystal Onyx from the anime, which I'm staying away from anime stuff. Um he- you want to oh, you want to see them? Yeah, yeah. Let me finish coloring this in and then I'll hop over to the forums. So this area that I'm in now, was the 2018 update for Ultra Sun and Moon. I'm not saying it looks bad, but my line art has leveled up so much since then. I look at this and I'm just like, huh, you know, like, where are they at? Yeah, we're headed into Gen 5 after this stream, so I'll be coloring them in. There's that over here. I did that with the the turtles in timepiece. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, like it's fun to draw these on stream, right? But it also doubles as being proofread. So I'm not above asking for help. You know what I mean? Like you do enough of this stuff, eventually you're gonna miss something, right? No matter how organized I am, I always miss something. So I do appreciate everyone who hops into the streams and helps make sure I don't screw it up too bad. Oh yeah, the Pokken Mewtwo's are in there, which I'm actually gonna leave as is. I know that there's like some like hacks where they have like a shiny version of those particular Shadow Mewtwo's from Pokken, but because they're not official, I'm not gonna use those models. I appreciate y'all asking all them questions, and I love talking about this drawing, honestly. So if you got questions, I'll answer them. Oh yeah, so earlier someone had asked about like cleaning up like the white pixels, the empty spots. I'll give you a good example. Like look at all this right here. So that's straight up paint bucket work right there, right? That we'll be going in and manually cleaning everything up and sharpening it up. I have Armored Mewtwo from Pokemon Go. I didn't do Armored Mewtwo from the anime because I'm staying away from the anime, but I do have the really over designed one from Pokemon Go. See that another example of yes, we're gonna have to go back in here and clean it up. See all the dead spots. But yeah, we'll clean all that up later. Well, I appreciate it. No, I I did this drawing around the time like the first version of this drawing. That was like when I first started drawing, right? And it wasn't my job. Like I didn't have a career as an artist yet, or arguably no even. But I just did it because I was like, Pokemon's sick and nobody's doing this, so I'm just going to do it. At the time, the most you'd ever find of a drawing of all the Pokemon was like, you might find a group of artists who work together to make everything, but then like the art style would be really inconsistent. Um, so I was just like, how has nobody done this yet? Like Pokemon is the shit, and nobody's done this yet. That's crazy. So that's what really motivated me to do it. That was before I was selling at convention. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just happy that it worked out in a way where people do buy it at conventions. uh, Can't imagine possibly planning all this out. Yeah, it's something. Okay, so my dog is whining because I have to one feed her and then take her out. Um, so will the cleaning up of the whole spots be done in the shiny version or just eventually? No, it's gonna be done in the shiny version. So as soon as I'm done coloring all of it with a paint bucket, I'm gonna go in and manually clean everything up. Yeah, that's part of the project. It's not done until we do all the cleanup work. Brawler, Brawl Bear, Clip Studio Paint. Yes, Clip Studio Paint. All right, so I have to go take care of my dog. Think this is a good place to leave for now. I do appreciate everyone for hanging out. Hope everybody has a good, safe New Year's Eve. Thank you so much for hanging out with this, celebrating the 10-year anniversary of my Pokemon drawing. Do I have brushes? No, I just use stock brushes. I use the factory. I use the pen, right? I just use the factory stuff that's loaded on here. I don't make my own brushes. I have my own brushes in Paint Tool Sai. Because I do in Paint Tool Sai, I like to do hyper realistic painting, so I had to make brushes for that. But well, I'm primarily a traditional artist, so I actually don't put too much thought into when I do digital because I only do digital when I'm doing like comic book style work where it's a lot of like like cut and drag, kind of stuff. Or like this anime style. Yeah. So I don't because that's the limit of the kind of work I do digitally. I don't really feel the need to create brushes. No. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. And I depending on what happens after I take care of the puppy and then all that stuff like with the wife and all that, we'll probably come back on after the whole New Year's drop and everything because I'm California time. So thank you, everybody. I do appreciate it so much. And I'll catch you guys hopefully later tonight. Be safe.